for deposit lot chase plans. You and your bill choose who can participate. Set a delay between messages. Hide or put people in time out. Let me see. My bad. They was trying to tell me something about moderators. Milkman, Mr. Milk Task. Oh, damn, somebody behind me. Why the hell is you sitting behind me? Me and Mr. Milkman, Mr. Milk Task, to come back at you with another episode, splashing in the fishbowl. And on today's episode, my crazy ass pulled on the pump to make content. I had to pump out something right quick. How y'all doing today in the world? This crazy world we call trucking. Thank you all you subscribers, old subscribers, new subscribers, returning subscribers. If you ain't subscribed, go on and subscribe up. This is Mr. Milkman, Mr. Milk Task, to come back at you with another episode, splashing the fishbowl. And on today's episode, let's get at. We got some running to do, but we had to stop so I can give y'all some midday. And let's thank God for keeping us so far today safe, and let's pray that He keep us safe for the rest of the day, okay? In Jesus' name, that's what I say. But yeah, I was saying, all you old subscribers, new subscribers, returning subscribers, thank you. If you ain't subscribed, go on and subscribe up. Y'all know we're trying to get 100,000 subscribers, and we want that plaque that say you have reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And also the check. There you go. When you come through the door, if you don't know, this is the etiquette. Hit the like button, even if you don't like what you see. Even if you don't like me, just because you're here, hit the like button, all right? There you go. Help a brother out. Let's get our prayers in there. Dear Lord, Father up in heaven, thank you for everything. Humbly come before your throne. I ask you to forgive me of my sins. Thank you for watching over me and continue to watch over me. I ask you to keep me safe as I travel down the road. Keep me safe, protected from breakdowns, blow-eyes, DOT, any tickets, any accidents, me harming anybody harming me. I ask that I get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as I read your word. May the person listening get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as I read your word. May they also be encouraged to pick up your word and read it themselves in case they are atheists or orphan. They don't know that you real and you are their father. I ask that you reveal yourself to them. In Jesus Christ's name, I ask you watch over my family, friends, and even my enemies. Keep that shine on my safe. In Jesus' name, these things I pray. Amen, amen. How y'all doing today? Splashing in the fishbowl, millionaire mission. Y'all know how it go. We got Psalms 140. Prayer for protection against the wicked. Let me cut this truck off. Make sure y'all can get a clear understanding of what's going on here. How y'all doing today? Hit that like button when you come through. If you come through trolling, I don't mind it. Just make sure you hit the like button before you start trolling, all right? No, I'm actually reading a book. So I'm watching this scripture right now. Rescue me, O Lord, from evil men. Preserve me from violent men who devise evil things in their hearts. They continually stir up wars. They sharpen their tongues as a serpent. Poison of a viper is under their lips. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent men who have proposed to trip up my feet. The proud have hidden a trap for me in cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set snares for me. I said to the Lord, you are my God. Give ear, O Lord, to the voice of my supplications. O God, the Lord, the strength of my salvation. You have covered my head in the day of battle. Do not grant, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Do not promote his evil device, that they not be exalted. As for the head of those who surround me, may the mischief of their lips cover them. May burning coals fall upon them. May they be cast into the fire, into the deep pits from which they cannot rise. May a slanderer not be established in the earth. May evil hunt the violent man speedily. I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted and justice for the poor. Surely the righteous will give thanks to your name. The upright will dwell in your presence. And that was Psalms 140. Midday blessings. Hope y'all caught it. What's up? Revelation 3:9. Let's see what's in Revelation 3:9. Let's see what you talking about over there. Hit that like button for me. I'm going to go to Revelation 3:9. Let's see. Revelations chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will cause those of the synagogue of Satan who say that they are Jews and are not, but lie. I will make them come and bow down at your feet, and make them know that I have loved you, because you have kept the word of my perseverance. I also will keep you from the hour of testing, that hour which is about to come upon the whole world, to test those who dwell on the earth. I am coming quickly. Hold fast what you have, so that no one will take your crown. He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the temple of my God, and he will not go out from it anymore. And I will write on him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, the new Jerusalem, which comes down out of heaven from my God, and my new name. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Okay. I like that one. I like that one there. This speaks for the elites. Jafar. I appreciate that. That was a good verse. That definitely was a good verse. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Revelations 3:9, and we just read Psalms 140. I'm gonna go ahead and get down the road some. Y'all know what I'm listening to. So if you want to tap into that, you can tap in and stay tuned in. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to skedaddle down the road, listening to my little story. If you want to hang out and listen to it, I appreciate it. But that was the reading for right now. I'll read some more when we get to the destination. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, man, they can't drive around here. Everybody want to park right in the front.
Yoshi lounged at the bar,
making it hard to get up out of here.
There were some crumpled up bills in the net purse she carried around the club, but it was nothing to write home about. She had made a few dollars doing lap dances, but the fish weren't really fighting just yet. The patrons who had been there for a while were borderline shit-faced and broke, but dudes had been pouring in for the last half hour or so. New faces meant new money, and she was damn sure gonna get her share. "Hey, pretty lady," Black Eye said, taking the stool next to Yoshi's. He was dressed immaculately, in a black shirt and matching slacks. His black gaiters were polished to a mirror shine, as was the gold buckle. "Aye, Ice," he said in a very uninterested tone. "Not yet, but I will be." He flashed his diamond-studded teeth. "How these tricks treat you tonight?" "Can't complain. You know I handle mine." "And that's the problem." Ice leaned in to whisper in her ear. "You're handling yours instead of letting the best man for the job take care of it." "And I'm guessing that would be you?" she asked sarcastically. "Who better than Ice, the lady's vice? Because he handles their business oh so nice," he sang. "Yoshi, my game is already approaching 40, and it's about to be out of this world. You know just as well as I do that your fine ass don't want to miss the mothership when it leaves. Can't you see I'm just trying to put you up on what's happening? You need to choose a nigga and quit napping." "That was cute," he chuckled. "Cute is for monkeys and puppies, dog, and I ain't either one. I'm just trying to put you up on the pin. First of all, what the fuck do I look like working up in joints like this at all hours of the night? To give the next man my paper? I don't fuck with no pimps, and even if I did, why the hell would I choose you? Because I'm the most qualified cat to play this game since a square nigga with a grudge put a bullet in my daddy's brain. I was bred for this shit, baby. So ain't nowhere for me to go but up. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you really want to be stranded down here with the squares or partaking in the finer things with the players? When you decide you're tired of letting a nigga paw you for pennies, give me a call and let's bathe with some dollars. Ice dropped a business card on the table and headed back to his crowd. China, you're next, Claudia shouted from behind the bar. Downing the rest of her drink, Yoshi got up and prepared to take the stage. Before she walked away, she picked up Ice's card and tucked it in her bag. That nigga was gonna push your shit back, Lex teased Payne. He wasn't gonna do shit. If Duke tried to get Fly, I'd have let him have it. Payne closed with me. With what? When we left the guns in the car. La cut in. Shut up, La. You lucky we even let you hang out with us tonight. You're True's bitch. Payne accused. I ain't nobody's bitch. La poked his chest out, but when Payne looked in his direction, he shrunk back a bit. Stop fucking with the little nigga. Jay threw his arm around Payne. At least La shows up to the studio on time. Payne pushed Jay's arm off his shoulder. Fuck you, and this lip-dick little nigga. Let's snatch a table and get pissy. Finally, something we can agree on, Jay said. The 5 men made their way through the club, which was damn near crammed. Half-naked women were strutting around, drinking or offering lap dances, while the men gladly gave up their singles. All throughout the room, cats were saluting Bad Blood. When word got out that they were in the house, the girls turned it up. It was nearly 10 minutes before they were able to commandeer a table in the far corner. See that there, my nigga? Lex asked, throwing his arm around Locke. He turned the youngster toward a topless thing with an ass that looked like 2 Halloween pumpkins. That's what you call a 2-pump chump. A 2-pump chump? La asked, not catching on. 2 pumps in that big ol' ass and you bust, Payne exclaimed. Like a stone chump, Lex added. The men exchanged laughter and filed into the booth. They were barely seated for 2 minutes when a waitress came over to take their orders. She was scantily dressed in a black skirt that barely covered her ass. She greeted them all with a warm smile, knowing that the young rappers would tip nicely. After taking their orders and ignoring the fact that Payne kept touching her ass, the waitress went off to get their drinks. I'd fuck that thing, they said. True story, Lex agreed. Payne talked shit among his boys and watched the girls while they waited for their drinks. Again, his cell phone rang and he didn't answer it. Fuck, Payne mumbled. His hungry eyes scanned the room, mentally sampling the variety of girls who were in attendance that night, wondering which one he was going to take home. For a bartender, you carry a lot of weight around that spot, Billy said suspiciously. What do you mean? He asked, cutting off another piece of his steak. I mean the way people treat you as shooters. Everybody seems to think you're the shit. Guess I'm just a lovable guy, Marcus said and smirked. Billy sniffed the air. I smell bullshit. Seriously, what do you really do with shooters? Marcus looked at her as if he were thinking of what to say. Real talk? Real talk. Okay. I've got a little money tied up in the spot, he admitted. So all this time you've been screaming you're a bartender and you're the owner? Billy asked, with a note of disappointment in her voice that he duped her. Part owner, he corrected her. Me and Shooter got an understanding. See, you're already starting off on the wrong foot by lying. She folded her arms. Technically, I didn't lie. I omitted part of the truth, he pointed out. I do tend bar and help out around the spot. Just because I'm upper management doesn't mean things don't need to be done. Really, I know you're feeling in a way, but I had several good reasons for not telling you right off the bat. If I told you I owned a club, you'd have just thought I was out here trying to recruit more girls. A better reason is because I wanted you to get to know me as a person. not a club owner who's sitting on some bread. Oh, so I strike you as the kind of girl that's out here on a paper chase? So I strike you as the kind of girl that's out here on a paper chase? She asked defensively. Not at all. But I don't always trust my first instinct. I tried that once and got myself burned. Oh, sorry to hear that, Billy said, as if she didn't already know his history. Well, if it'll make you feel any better, I'm not on it like that. There's nothing a nigga can do for me that I can't do for myself. I go out and work for what I need. And that's one of the things that attracted me to you. Billy, from the first brief conversation we had at the barbecue, I knew you were a girl about the business. Don't find that much these days. Most chicks are just out for company. Just like most niggas are out for a nut. She shot back. There are always exceptions to the rule. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Marcus smiled at her wit. You got a response for everything, don't you? Pretty much, she replied. So now that my secret is out, you think I'm a filthy liar who never wanted to see again? He asked, looking at her with puppy dog eyes. Billy wanted to laugh at the face he was making, but kept it in check. Maybe, but I won't make such a rash decision just yet. Before we go any further, is there anything else I should know? Just that you have the most breathtaking eyes. He blinked like a swooning schoolgirl. Not being able to hold it any longer, Billy burst out laughing. Boy, you are too much. For most women. He placed his hand over hers. But for someone like you, I'm just 30. Spooky sat on the edge of his queen-size bed, checking the chamber on a brand new Ruger. Ja was sitting in the middle of the bedroom, practicing his draw in the mirror. He would snatch the .40 from his belt and aim it at the mirror, each time trying to best the previous. He loved the little gun, and it had been with him for years. Man, why do you still have that thing? Spooky asked me. Because it's a good gun. Ja continued his routine. This shit ain't never gave me a problem. That's because you ain't never been stopped with it. Spooky pointed out. Ja, how many motherfuckers you done shot with that? He retucked the gun. Spooky shook his head. Carrying that hot-ass piece like we ain't got more iron. Spooky reached under his bed and slid out a wooded box. Inside the box, there were 2 handguns and some clips. Snatching a Glock from the box and checking the clip, he handed it to Doc. Try that. About the same weight, brand new. Take that hot-ass .40 and toss it in the fucking river. Ja examined the gun from butt to barrel, balancing the Glock in one hand and the .40 in the other. He noticed that the Glock was slightly heavy. Was slightly heavier and had a slightly longer barrel. Though it wasn't as pretty or as proven as his .40, it would put a generous-sized hole in something. Yes, Ja said, tucking the Glock in the back of his pants and putting the .40 in his belt holster. Yo, I gotta go take care of something right quick, but I'll hit you in a little while. Fuck is you going? Gotta plan our counterattack. Spooky said. We'll handle that later. Let me go do this thing right quick and I'll be back. Ja, I know you ain't putting off a rider mission for no pussy. Come on, Spook. You should know me better than that. Would I put splitting a nigga's shit on the back burner for some pussy? Hard to tell these days. Spooky mumbled. Do what you gotta do and hit me back. Make sure you're careful out there. All day. Ja gave Spooky a pound and left. When he made it outside Spooky's building, he felt as if a weight had been lifted. Spooky was without a shadow of a doubt Ja's best friend and crime partner. But there were some things that Ja wouldn't ever share with him.
Hey, y'all remember yesterday? If you seen yesterday live or last night live, well, it was the date. It was the date because that was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I just was saying that that's a lot to be thankful for. And even today, it's even, it's a lot. Every day is a lot to be thankful for. So I'm just going to say, thank God for opening doors, minds and hearts, and also thank God for everything. Because you never know what God doing or working on people. So don't be holding on to no anger or no hate or nothing like that. You never know God, everything in God's time. Just stay prayed up, stay putting your best foot forward, one foot in front of the other. It's a $1 million mission out here. If you're working for somebody else, that's cool, but don't forget to work on something for yourself. So you can get up out that rat race and start working for everybody else. Okay, that's too important to just be on the highway. I gotta pull over right quick and get something together. I can't just do this on the flyby.
And that's what he'll stick to. When he thinks the heat has died down, he'll be right back up to his old tricks. And I'm gonna put a bullet in his head. Well, you stay talking some movie shit. Movie teased him. Nigga, my life is a movie. You know how much dirt I've done and gotten away with? Rel boasted. I done laid down way harder niggas than Ja. Slick is my nigga. But he ain't got no spine for war. That's why I should be in charge. Ruby raised an eyebrow. You? Motherfucking right, me. I got 20 years invested in this game, son. I ain't supposed to be no lieutenant. I'm a fucking general. All that shit sounds good, Ralph. But this ain't the 80s. These cats play by a different set of rules than you're used to. That's why the game is fucked up now. The art of drug trafficking is supposed to be a gentleman's craft. But you got little know-nothing motherfuckers changing the rules and making shit harder on everyone else. I'm telling you, my dude, I'm gonna bring the game back to what it was. Whatever, nigga. Ruby waved him off and went back to watching the girls move about the floor. Seated at a table. The girls moved about the floor. Seated at a table in the back, he noticed a familiar face. Yo, he said, and tapped Rel. Ain't that Jay and them from Bad Blood? Rel squinted in the direction his friend was looking. Yeah, that's them niggas. Big ass rappers. Yo, let's go holler at them niggas, son. I know pain from my old hood. Come on, man. I ain't trying to jump on nobody's dick. How are we dick riding when I just want to say what up to my dude? Ruby asked. Fuck them niggas. Rel spat. Man, bring your hating ass on, Ruby said, heading in their direction. Rel sucked his teeth and followed. Hey, what's good, my nigga? Ruby approached the table. Oh, shit! Little ass groove! Kane shouted over the music. His speech was slurred from the drinks they had consumed. I ain't seen you in a minute! Where the fuck you been? I'm making moves in Harlem now, Ruby told him. Yo, I hear y'all niggas is getting crazy spins on the radio. You know how bad blood do it? Kane said, giving Lex that. Sit down and have a drink with us, my dude, he told Ruby. Ruby eagerly took a seat. Yo, this is my dude, Rel. Ruby pointed at his partner, who was still standing. What up? Rel said dryly. The men at the table exchanged snickers, keeping Rel trying to play the strong, silent type. Take a seat, my man, they told him. All are welcome here. Rel reluctantly sat down. Yo, we got 2 more bottles of Moet on the way, but y'all niggas order whatever you want to drink. It's on Big Dog. What do you mean you've got to go? Where the hell are you going? Valerie asked. I told you, I got to bounce for a few weeks. Ralph replied, tossing a pair of jeans into his duffel bag. I got to take care of this thing, but I'll be back. Valerie looked at him as if he was foolish for even attempting such a weak lie. She had been with Ralph for 3 years, so she knew his character better than he did. That's a load of shit and you know it. Ralph, tell me what's going on. Woman, I ain't got time to explain to you right now, he shouted, drawing the strings on the duffel bag. Oh, you're gonna tell me something, she said, and sat on the bag. Or you ain't going nowhere no time soon. Ralph wanted to belt her, but he knew a run-in with the police was the last thing he needed at that moment. Telling Valerie the truth was his best option of getting the hell out of Harlem before the wolves came out. Listen, some shit went down with me and my niggas and somebody got killed, he finally admitted. Killed? Did you have something to do with that boy that got killed on 135th? Valerie asked. Ma, I was there, but I didn't have nothing to do with it. I rode with Slick and them niggas to hit Ja and... Ja? I thought Ja was friends. Man, that nigga put his hands on me about some bullshit paper I owed him. So all that friend shit went out the window. All I did was show Slick and them where he be at. But I swear I didn't shoot anyone. Valerie just sat there for a long time, never saying anything. She looked at Ralph as if she was trying to process what he had just told her. It started out with her lip quivering, then tears rolling down her cheeks. Then the next thing Ralph knew, Valerie was bawling. Val, what are you crying for? I told you I didn't shoot anybody. That's not why I'm crying, she said, sobbing. Then what the hell is your problem? Valerie wiped her eyes with the palms of her hands and cleared her throat. Ralph, me and you done been through some shit, but for the most part, we've had a wonderful relationship. I never thought the day would come when I was embarrassed to be your girl. Embarrassed? What the hell did I do? He asked. What did you do? She asked, as if it was a stupid question. Ralph, you're a rat. What? Bitch, is you crazy? You're only a rat if you cooperate with the police. Ralph, can't be that dense. You gave someone up for your own selfish reasons. I don't give a shit if it's the police or the competition. Code of silence always comes first. To make matters worse, you had the goddamn nerve to point him out. What the hell did you expect me to do? You could have handled it like a man. Job bleeds just like anyone else. If you had a problem with that man, then you should have handled it, not duped someone else into doing it. That's some snake shit. Fuck that. It was him or me. No sooner had the statement left Ralph's mouth than a wad of phlegm left Valerie's mouth. It smacked Ralph dead in the cheek and slowly dripped down his face.
Ew.
He started to jump on her, but froze when he saw she had produced a very large pair of scissors. You know, those were the exact words that came out of my cousin's mouth when he gave my baby birth. Thinking about how this affects the people around you. It's because of ignorant ass niggers like you and Slick that the ghetto is the ghetto. Y'all are so reckless with y'all shit that you probably killed an innocent man and the police are gonna be hot on your asses. Not to mention that Ja is still alive. He's a sad motherfucker, Ralph. And I just pray that he doesn't catch you before you make it out of town, because Ja is surely gonna carve you up for what you've done. Get the fuck out of my house! Ralph was fuming, but he just nodded, took his stuff, and left. As he walked to the elevator, he got dizzy thinking how a woman he had loved for years had reduced him to nothing in a matter of seconds. He knew he was a lowlife shit for putting the finger on Ja to hit, but his survival instincts kicked in, overriding his honor. New York was over for him. After a few drinks and several dirty jokes, Rel had dropped his tough guy persona and was having a good time with the cats from Big Dog. They proved to be a group of cool cats who knew how to have a good time and didn't mind spending paper. The DJ announced that China was about to take the stage, drawing the men's attention. When Yoshi stepped out, Rel's eyes went wide. Damn, pick up your lip, homie. Kane teased. That's a bad bitch up there, Lex said, hungrily eyeing Yoshi. Fuck that slut, Rel said. You know her or something? Jay asked. Yeah, a little freak bitch from the hood, Rel said, reclining in his seat, trying to look cool. Me and one of my niggas ran up in that not too long ago. Get the fuck out of here, Payne said, sitting up. True story, kid. Shorty is a prime freak into all kind of crazy shit. She used to like me to get rough with her and act like I was taking the pussy. Rel lied. For a few dollars, she'll even take it in her shit box. Yo, our paper is crazy long, Jay boasted. Since you know the bitch, why don't you set it up? Lex suggested. Yeah, I might be able to do that, Rel said coolly. Well, get your ass up and go holler at the bitch, son, Payne ordered. Nah, we can't do it like that. She'll get in trouble with the niggas that own the club if they get wise to her turning tricks. When she gets done on stage, I'm gonna hit her on the jack and put it together. Damn, you might be good for something after all. Payne slapped Rel on his back. Rel grinned like a fool as he accepted praise from around the table for the potential jump-off. He looked over at Yoshi and smiled sinisterly. He had put himself out there for Yoshi, and she had shitted on him. A slight he hadn't forgotten. Rel rubbed his hands together in anticipation of payback on the bitch. Who had stepped on him. Before stepping around the corner to where the elevators were, Ralph peeked out cautiously. His .25 was secured in his boot, but he still didn't feel safe. Before even pressing to the elevator, Ralph called a cab, and the operator confirmed it'd be there in 3 minutes. Covering all his bases, Ralph pressed for the elevator. Ralph had only been waiting for a few seconds, but it felt like forever. He was so nervous that he felt like he would shit his pants if he didn't get out of Harlem soon. Finally, the elevator chimed, and the rusty door began to slide open. Ralph took one step, and light exploded in his eyes. He slumped against the wall, feeling the blood begin to run from his nose. Struggling to open his eyes, Ralph almost fainted when he saw Josh standing over him, smiling. "Oh, shit!" Ralph said, with his eyes bugging out of his head. "Shit is right. And when you rode out with them niggas against me and my people, you stepped in a whole pile of it." "Yo, Ja, it wasn't like that. Let me explain!" Ralph pleaded, scrambling backward until he hit the wall. Ja reached down and grabbed Ralph by the front of his shirt, snatching him to his feet. "Fuck can you explain to me? How you's a sucker-ass nigga? Or why Crazy 8 died in the fucking gutter? Nah, don't explain it to me. Explain it to the devil when you meet him, bitch-ass nigga." When Ja cleared his .40 from the holster, Ralph made one last attempt to save his life and lunged for it. For this, he was rewarded with a shot to the chest. As he stumbled around trying to stop the flow of blood, Ja gave him one in the face. "You rat bastard." Ja laughed before stepping back onto the elevator. Valerie jumped when she heard the gunshots. The retort was too loud to be coming from outside, so it had to be coming from somewhere in the building. Instinctively, she grabbed the phone to call the police, but when her hand touched the receiver, she paused. Though it pained her to do so, she sat back on her bed and did nothing. There would be no police or ambulance called to try and save Ralph, which she doubted was possible at that point anyhow. Though she loved him, Ralph was a rat and got dealt with accordingly. She would mourn her man, but for as much as she loved him, she knew he had brought the terrible fate on himself. 31. "Ma!" Paul called out, bursting through the front door. "Where are you, baby?" Not getting an answer, he proceeded to search the house for her. PJ was sound asleep in the guest bedroom, with the Cartoon Network still playing on the 20-inch television set. Watching PJ sleep reminded Paul of a happier time in his life, a carefree time when he didn't feel the weight of the world on his shoulders. Stroking the sleeping child's face, Paul vowed that he would never have to suffer. Flicking off the television, he kissed his son on the forehead and left the room. Paul searched the kitchen, bathroom, and master bedroom, but there was still no sign of Marlene. He knew she had to be there somewhere because she would never leave PJ in the house alone. That was the kind of move Ron had pulled. He was just about to call her cell phone when he heard voices coming from the downstairs studio. Careful to make as little noise as possible, Paul crept down the stairs. He could hear Marlene whispering on the phone, but couldn't make out what she was saying. When he reached the bottom of the stairs, she was standing off to the side with her back to him. "Marlene?" he called. Marlene spun around with a fright. The movement was so sudden that she almost dropped the phone. "Hey, baby," she said, trying not to look like she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. "Audrey, I'll call you back," she said, ending the call before getting a response. "What are you doing down here using the phone?" Paul asked suspiciously. "Oh, I didn't want to wake PJ," she said. "Then why not just go in the bedroom?" "Baby, you know how loud Audrey and I can be when we're on the phone?" She kissed him on the lips. "I didn't expect you back this early." "I told you I'd be right back." "Yeah, but your right backs can sometimes last until damn near the next day." "Whatever, Mom. Do you want to hear what he wanted or not?" "Of course I do." She grabbed him by the hand. "You can tell me all about it upstairs," she said, leading him back to the main level of the house. "So," she began, entering the kitchen, "what did Larry's fat ass want?" "Marlene, don't talk about my friend," Paul told her. "I was only kidding, Paul. You know Larry is one of the few who I can tolerate. So what harebrained scheme has he cooked up now?" Nah, baby. This ain't no scheme. Larry has set something up that may be just what we needed. And what might this be? She asked suspiciously. An art exhibit. Paul went on to tell Marlene of Larry's under-the-table deal with the security guards at Silver Cup, and how he planned to help Paul host an art show on one of their sets. Marlene listened emotionless until Paul was finished. So, what do you think? Marlene thought on it for a minute and said, I think the both of you are crazy. What? He asked, not believing she couldn't dig the idea. Paul, how do you and Larry plan to hijack a film set in order to host an art exhibit? We're not hijacking it, Ma. Seth is gonna fix it so we can use the set on a night when there's no one filming at Silver Cup. We'll be in and out before anyone even knows we were there. What could go wrong? Well, for starters, someone can find out about your little bootleg exhibit and call the police. Trespassing is still a crime in the state. Marlene, why do you always have to punch holes in shit? He asked heatedly. I'm not punching holes in anything, Paul. I'm just trying to make sure you don't get yourself into trouble messing around with Larry and his little plan. Paul gripped the sides of his head. God damn it, Marlene. This isn't some little plan. My best friend has busted his ass to try and help me out, and all you can do is find flaws in it. The fuck is your problem? Well, since you asked, I'll tell you. I'm tired, Paul. Tired of waiting for you to wise up and get a regular job. Tired of your sickening ass baby's mother, and tired of wondering if I'm gonna wind up an old maid. Baby, you know I'm totally supportive of you and your dreams of becoming an accomplished painter, but we have to be realistic about this. You can't keep living day to day waiting for your big break. You can't keep living day to day waiting for your big break. You can't live on hope. You know what? I ain't even trying to hear this shit. Paul turned to walk away. Don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you, she shouted, roughly grabbing his shirt. To her surprise, Paul spun around with a maddened look in his eyes. A snarl emitted from somewhere deep in his gut as he lashed out. Marlene braced herself, waiting for the blow to land on her chin. But instead, Paul put his fist through the cabinet door. Keep your fucking hands to yourself! He snapped. You don't have to believe in my plan, Marlene. Hell, you don't even have to be supportive of it. But for the love of God, don't tear it down. Sleeping downstairs tonight. Paul stormed down to the basement, slamming the door behind him. Marlene stood in the middle of the kitchen trembling. For a minute, she actually thought he was going to knock her out. She had known that kind of man in the past, but had never seen Paul's dark side before. Now that she had, she wanted no part of it. Yoshi sat on one of the long benches in the dressing room, counting her cake. She had made just $600 for the evening. Not bad for a few hours of work. Changing from her costume to her street clothes, she repacked her rolling case and prepared to leave for the night. Yoshi, you need a ride home? Kat asked, slinging her bag over her shoulder. Nah, I'm straight. I'm gonna walk to 42nd and grab something to eat. I'll take a cab from there. Aye, baby girl. It's late, so you be careful out there. Kat warned. Please. With all the police running around Times Square, I'll be safer out there than I will be in the car with you. Yoshi joked. Is this true? Kat winked. See you later, boo. After securing her case, Yoshi made her way to the street. The walk to Times Square was a brief one, allowing Yoshi to check her voicemail. One was from Rhonda saying something about Reese sleeping with some dude, and the other was from John. She swooned when she heard his voice, remembering the night they had shared together. He was so cute trying to be cool, but tripping over his words. She had given quite a bit of thought to the whole situation, and wondered what was stopping them from taking a chance. She was feeling the young boy, and it was obvious that he was digging her. She decided that she wouldn't call him back that night, but the following day, she planned to confront him. Kane was so twisted that he knocked over several bar stools on his way out to Shooters. He and his crew had had a blast with the two hustlers from uptown. And to make it sweeter, they were scheduled to get a piece of that fine light-skinned bitch who had been on stage. At first, he thought Rel was full of shit and wouldn't be able to pull it off. But he had sat there and supposedly watched the young man make the call. "I don't believe I'm going through all this for a piece of pussy," Lex said from the passenger seat of the truck. "I told you, man, Shorty likes to role play. When I spoke to her on the jack, she said she was going to give all of us the time of our lives," Rel said from the back seat. "Yeah, I'm dying to get a piece of that fine pussy too, but this is some weird shit," Jay admitted, snorting a line of cocaine out of a dollar bill and handing the tray to Payne. "Hey man, if you don't want none of this trim, you could take the faggot way out like a man," Rel told him, referring to Locke, who had opted to pass on the pussy and go home. "Watch your mouth, dude. You don't know me well enough to be calling me out my name," Jay warned. "Both of y'all niggas shut the fuck up. I'm trying to bust ass and head back to the hood," Payne growled. The men in the car went back and forth for the entire ride uptown. Ruby stayed silent. Every now and again he would shoot Rel a dirty look, which Rel pretended not to see. He wanted to fuck Yoshi too, but didn't particularly agree with the way his man was going about it. Though he had gotten in the car with them, he wasn't sure if he was ready to take the ride. By the time Yoshi stepped out of the cab in front of her building, she was dead tired. After shaking her ass for the majority of the night, all her strength seemed to have fled her body. She wasn't even sure if she would stay awake long enough to eat her food. Thankfully, there was no one in front of her building when she got there. She didn't knock the young dudes who hustled on her block, but sometimes they made her uneasy. She was standing on her stoop, fumbling for the lobby key, when she felt a presence behind her. She spun around to find herself staring into the drunken eyes of Rel. He was flanked by 3 other men, and they didn't look like they had come to pay a social visit. "What's poppin', bitch?" He grinned. That was the last thing Yoshi heard before pain exploded in her cheek, and everything went black. 32. Billy was roused from her slumber by the sound of her cell phone's message alert. Cracking one eye, she looked at the screen and saw she had 5 missed calls. Figuring they could wait, she tossed the phone to the foot of the king-size bed and rolled over. It was at that moment that she remembered she didn't have a king-size bed. Billy leapt up so fast that she was almost airborne. Her eyes frantically looked around the room, trying to figure out where the hell she was. The room was decorated with an expensive bedroom set and plush carpet, but Billy didn't recognize it. Tossing the covers back, she was relieved to see that she was still fully dressed, with the exception of her boots. "Don't worry, your virtue is still intact," Marcus said, leaning against the bedroom door. He was dressed in a pair of gray sweats and a tank top, showing off his tattooed arms. "How did I get here?" she asked in a raspy voice. "On the wings of a gossamer," he said, sitting on the edge of the bed. "No, but seriously, you fell asleep last night during the movie." And recalled the events that led her to winding up in Marcus's bed. After dinner, they had gone out for drinks at a lounge uptown, where they danced the night away. Afterward, Marcus had invited her back to his place to watch Imitation of Life. She wouldn't have gone back to a guy's house on the first date, but she felt safe with Marcus.